Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fights. We're here at the final act for the Fandom Singles title match. Joe Farrelly, been the champion all year, had some really impressive matches. He won the belt, the vacant belt, going up against Scully. He has then defended against the likes of Albert, Scully again, Brittany a couple times, and now he's taken on his team's partner, David, which I'm very excited about. Nick, how do you feel about the match?
I'm excited as well, Tim. You're right. Joe has not lost this year. He's had a killer year. Done absolutely fantastic. David had a slower year, at least to start. Not in teams. Obviously, he started out by winning the teams belt, but in singles, his year ended earlier. He went out in round one of the tournament to the point where when he came into this final picture, I don't think a lot of people would have predicted he would have made it all the way to this title match today, including myself. And I will go on record right now saying that was dumb, and I think David has it in him to actually take Joe down today. Don't know what'll happen. I'm excited to see what'll happen. We've seen a lot of civil wars in the Fandom Fights arena. We saw the Duel of the Fates civil war earlier this year. We've seen a couple Knights of Ren civil wars. The Manhattan Project civil wars are always a fun time. But I think everyone's pretty excited for your first tried and true Wookiee mistake civil war. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, let's get into it right now, starting with the promos.
Well, thank you, Nick. It means a lot coming from you. I'm excited. This is the first Fandom singles title match that I play, and I don't know how I feel. I think I feel confident enough in my abilities that I will be able to give Joe a good match. I hope this goes as we both want, not a KO, not anything. We wanted to go to distance because it's very fun to do it. We have played each other a couple of times. We know each other very well. And I am really, really excited to play Joe. I have done my prep. I don't think I'm winning today, but anything can happen. So let's do it.
I'm so happy right now. I was so happy David made it to this match. We've played a few title matches in Geek against each other, and he's won one. I've won a couple. It's been really fun. David has just blown the second half of this year. He's been absolutely fantastic. I'm really excited to play him in a title match, but it would be nice to be the champion for a full year. But if I do lose today, I do believe I have an automatic rematch, which means you get two of these potentially. David, I want to wish you the best of luck today. You really have been on fire this year. I look forward to playing you. This is going to be the most chill title match ever. I don't think I've ever discussed a title match with an opponent this much before a title match. I know we're both ready, and let's be honest, if I was going to have this wheel, if either of us were going to have this wheel, I'm glad it's against you, because it ain't great. Buy our shit.
Nick, any thoughts?
Tim, I will say, as a former player, I did randomize this wheel and think to myself, ugh, gross.
It's fair. Let's get into it. How's round number one of this title match going to work?
Round number one is going to work like this. We're going to have 10 questions in the round of Fandom Fights. Each player is going to have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down, at which point the players will reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer will be worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number one, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 4 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions? We'll begin in round number one.
No. Good luck, David.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty then. Your first question will come in the category of Marvel. The question is, name one of the names of Blackheart's 3 henchmen who use the elements as weapons in Ghost Rider.
Your favorite element. Go.
The element of surprise.
Whoa! 5, 4,
I hate
3,
myself.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with David.
Eddie Gore.
And Joe.
Wallow.
Wallow is correct. The other ones we would have accepted were Abigor and Gressel.
So what was the third one?
Gressel.
That's
shit.
All right. So the next question is in the category of Disney animation. What specific type of animal warns Bambi and his friends of the concept of Twitter-pated in Bambi? This is your favorite film, I've been told. by you.
No, but it's not like as far as because I don't like early Disney. Like I don't think it's very good. But when I watched this for the first time, I was like, this could be worse.
It's not that bad. I actually kind of like it. 5,
Yeah, sure. It's like, whatever.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joe.
An owl.
And David.
An owl.
Owl is correct.
All right. Your third question comes in the category of YA. Which YA film features someone attacking their ally with a syringe?
You know what I was thinking about this morning, randomly and very off topic from this question?
What's that, Tim?
There were literally more multiverses in Multiplex Multiverse than Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
This is true.
I don't know why I thought of that this morning, but I randomly did, and I thought it was funny. But it gave me a chuckle. 5,
Good point.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to David.
Divergent.
And Joe.
The Hunger Games, Catching Fire.
Catching Fire is correct. So your next question is in the category of Planet of the Apes. Who plays the human antagonist, Culp, in Conquest of and Battle for the Planet of the Apes? That's a dumb name.
Have you ever conquested of or battled for something?
I've definitely battled for things before. It's never gone that well when I've battled by myself, but when I battled with you, it usually went pretty well.
Almost.
4, 3. Yeah, Robert Kastner will never let me forget. 1. Pens down. Let's go to Joe.
This is either Culp or Aldo, but Claude Akins.
And David.
I don't know.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Severn Darden.
Yeah.
Severn.
I had that somewhere.
Nick, what's next?
Your fifth question comes in the category of Alien versus Predator. In Predator 2, while Mike Harrigan visits his friend's grave, a young boy sees the invisible Predator and asks if he wants some what?
Would you rather fight an alien or a predator?
Do I get like a weapon?
Yes.
Doesn't help much.
5, 4,
Probably an alien.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to David.
Candy.
And Joe.
Candy.
Both are correct. Your next question is in the category of Middle Earth. In the Desolation of Smog, what is the name of either of Bard's daughters? No, let's say it this way. You would be fully equipped to fight either.
Then either.
But I'm saying I still feel like fully equipped doesn't necessarily mean like I feel like the
Which one's
Marine
blood is gonna hurt you?
to fight the alien.
Equipped means like I'm ready, like I'm fully equipped, like physically, like
Doesn't mean you would win necessarily. 5, 4.
then I'm not fully equipped.
2, 1. Pens down. I felt like I was fully equipped to win a title. Let's go to Joe
Sigrid.
and David.
I put shit. Edith.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Sigrid is correct. We would have accepted Sigrid or Tilda. So Joe will get that point.
I did the same thing in the last title match we played.
Sorry,
5
man, you
to 2. Nick, what's next?
Your next question comes in the category of Star Trek. Which Star Trek film features one of the main crew members trying and failing to Vulcan pinch an officer in a bar?
Last time you were in a bar. When was it?
I was working this weekend. So I don't think I went much last week.
I've been in a brewery recently.
Oh, I love those.
I love breweries.
My
5,
favorite.
4,
I don't
3,
have many around me anymore.
2, 1. Pens down. Move to Wisconsin. What have I been saying? We'll go to David
The Search for Spock.
and Joe.
Search for Spock.
That is correct. All right. Your next question is in Disney live action. Who plays crew member Conseil? Conseil? Nick?
Conseil, yeah, that works.
In 1954's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Conseil.
Conseil, sure. Rip, am I right?
Hell yeah, you are.
Let's go do some law. Let's all go to court. 5, 4, 3.
Oh no, me and Timmy are watching you.
Pens down. Okay, David or Joe. Joe.
Kirk Douglas.
And David.
I was going to write Kirk Douglas, but
that is incorrect. We're looking for Peter Lorre.
It was incorrect. I am shook.
All right, Nick, what's next?
All right, your penultimate question will come in the category of Pixar. What is the name of the largest bug, a beetle, in the circus crew in A Bug's Life?
Do you like this one?
Yeah, sure.
Big fan of this film.
Could be better.
First movie I ever saw in the theater.
So you're biased.
Yes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Let's go with David.
Dim.
And
Dim.
Dim is correct. All right, we move on to your final question of the round in the category of DreamWorks animation. Name one of the first 2 obligations that Shrek screws up while filling in for the sick king at the beginning of Shrek the Third. Let's all go to court. Boom, boom. Let's all go.
Make some laws now. Some laws.
Yes, let's all go to court. 5, 4,
Taking up
3,
the entire hallway.
2, 1. Pens down. Pens down, David. Let's go to David.
Name someone a knight.
And Joe.
Knighting someone.
We can accept both those answers. We also accepted christening a ship. So, Nick, at the end of round number 1, I have Joe in the lead 8-5. Is that what you have?
What I have, Tim.
Okay, let's get to round 2. How's it going to work?
Round number 2 is going to work like this. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 10 fandom categories on it. No spinners or opponent's choice per request of the champion. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again. But they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you like to check down to multiple choice. At which case, it will only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are James Bond, Pixar, Star Trek, Horror Icons, Disney Animation, Scores and Soundtracks, Star Wars, DC, Disney Live Action, and DreamWorks Animation. Take it away, Tim.
Joe, you want to spin first or second?
I'm not going to break with tradition. I'll spin first, please. Oh,
All right. This is your first spin.
just be fair.
DreamWorks.
That's not the worst. Screw it, spin again.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
Lag.
Okay.
All right, DC.
Yeah,
Thank you. Go ahead
I was
and
going to say
give
I'll keep that, but I have no choice.
Joe his questions in the category of DC.
Gladly, Joe, are you prepared for your questions in the category of DC?
I believe so.
Your first question. Which DC film features a cast including Brian Callen and Brian Tyree Henry?
I believe it's Cullen, by the way, Brian Cullen.
It's not.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Five, 4, 3.
I'll go multiple choice, please.
Okay, your multiple choice options are: is it A, The Batman, B, Joker, C, The Kitchen, or D, DC League of Super Pets?
Joker.
That is correct for 1 point.
It's the damn admin clerk at Arkham.
All right, your second question.
Filmography flashcard.
What is the name of Jensen's niece's soccer team in The Losers?
The Petunias.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's like, it's a flower. It's on the shirt. What is it?
All right, your third question. Which member of Steele's family opens a restaurant at the end of Steel?
His grandmother.
That is correct for 2 points. Your penultimate question. The entrance to Marvin's underground bunker when we first meet him in Red is disguised as what?
A car.
That is correct. 2 more points. And your final question. How specifically does Sally Jupiter find out she is the comedian's daughter in Watchmen?
Yeah, I'll play it safe. Go multiple choice.
Okay, your multiple choice options are: is it A, the comedian wrote her a note; B, her mother talks in her sleep; C, Dr. Manhattan showed her memories; or D, Night Owl 2 looked up her birth records?
C.
C is correct for 1 more point.
All right, so Joe gets his total up to 16. So we'll bring back up the wheel and the spin for David.
All righty.
Horror icons.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's spin again.
Okay, this is what you're stuck with. That's on
Okay.
Pixar.
All right.
All right, David, I will give you your questions in Pixar. Are you ready?
Yes.
Which Pixar film features a character who rides a motorcycle, nearly crashing because they are distracted after walking away from the main character angrily?
Multiple choice.
All right, your options are A, Monsters, Inc., B, Ratatouille, C, Incredibles 2, or D, Coco.
Ratatouille.
That is correct for 1 point. Your next question. When we first see wow, that was a bad wow. When we first see Sid in Toy Story, he is destroying what kind of toy, which shows up again in a later Toy Story film?
A soldier?
That is incorrect, Joe. Chance for a 2-point steal.
Combat Carl.
Combat Carl is correct.
Oh, okay.
All right, so David, your next question. Who voices Lorenzo, Luca's father, in Luca?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, your options are A, Bill Burr, B, Greg Grunberg, C, Bobby Monahan, or D, Jim Gaffigan. Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the options, please.
All right, your options again are A, Bill Burr, B. Greg Grunberg, C. Bobby Monahan, or D. Jim Gaffigan?
A.
A is incorrect. Joe, chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A. Bill Burr, B. Greg Grunberg, C. Bobby Monahan, or D. Jim Gaffigan?
Jim Gaffigan.
That is correct for 1 point. David, your next question. In Monsters, Inc., what is the name of Randall's invention that he nearly uses on Mike, but accidentally uses on Fungus instead?
I need the points. Scream Extractor.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question in Pixar. What specifically must be happening on the night that the ritual is performed that locks away the panda in turning red?
What's the score? Can you?
It is
19
to 8.
Okay.
4, 3.
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A, a thunderstorm, B, a lunar eclipse, C, daylight savings, or D, Chinese New Year fireworks.
B.
B is correct for 1 point. So after that round, David gets his total up to 9. Joe with the steals at 19. Is that what you have, Nick?
That's what I have, Tim.
All right, let's get into the filmography round. How's it going to work?
The filmography round, round number 3, is going to work like this. We have 3 questions each for our competitors at 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point values. Each question gives 2 clues pointing to a specific fandom actor or actress. If the players get the question correct, they will gain the corresponding amount of points for the question. Any questions as we end in round number 3? All right.
Okay. Joe, do you want set 1 or set 2?
Set 1, please.
All right. Nick, you want to go ahead and give David his questions in set 2 then?
Gladly. David, are you prepared for your questions in set 2?
Eh.
All right. Your first question. Who plays a Star Wars robot and voices a Disney animated video game character?
Alan Tudyk.
That's correct for 1 point. Your 2 point question. Who plays a Marvel mutant and a Predator series scientist?
Olivia Munn.
That is correct for 2 points. And your 3 point question. Who voices a Pixar villain and plays a DC villain's henchman?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question, please.
All right, your question again. Who voices a Pixar villain and plays a DC villain's henchman?
Ned Beatty.
That is correct.
That's my
All right, so David gets his total up to 15.
Can't believe this was the round that didn't screw me.
Joe, your questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, why not?
Your 1 point question. Who plays a Dauntless leader and a Worlds of DC Suicide Squad member?
Jai Courtney.
That is correct for 1 point.
Coming soon to a sci-fi icons category near you.
Your next question. Who plays a Mission Impossible killer and a DreamWorks amphibian? 4, 3, 2,
Repeat the question.
All right, that's your first repeat. Who plays a Mission Impossible killer and a DreamWorks amphibian? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got it.
Jean Reno is the answer.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, your 3-point question. Who plays a Star Trek Enterprise crew member and a Disney live-action legendary figure?
Michael Dorn.
That is correct for 3 points. No hesitation.
I have that exact one written down.
So,
All the Disney live action was to pick. Thanks.
after that round, Joe gets his total up to 23 to David's 15. Is that what you have?
That is what I have, Tim.
How's round number 4?
Round number 4 is going to work like this. It is the deep cut round. We have the players have drafted 8 different movies from 4 different categories, each chosen by the other player. It's a whole complicated process. Playing a title match one day, you'll see how it works. But we will spin the wheel 5 times to get 5 different questions from possibly 5 different movies, possibly 5 of the same movie. But each question will be asked, and each player will have 15 seconds to answer it, and each question will be worth 2 points apiece. And that, I believe, is the deep cut round, and I shared the right wheel. Fantastic. Your movies on the wheel today are Return of the Jedi, Star Trek, First Contact, Muppet, Treasure Island, New Nightmare, or Wes Craven's New Nightmare, The World Is Not Enough, The Road to El Dorado, Predators, and Hercules. So, gentlemen, any questions as we get into round number 4?
Nope.
Right. And your first spin will be this.
First Contact. All right. So, your first question from First Contact. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who is the helmsman for the new Enterprise E at the beginning of the film? I like this movie.
That's good.
It's pretty decent, as they say.
Who says that, Tim?
Me. Just now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joe.
Lieutenant Hawk.
And David.
Lieutenant Hawk.
That is correct. All right, Nick, let's get that wheel spinning again.
All righty. Your second question will come from the film Return of the Jedi.
It happened, David.
Watch us miss it.
All right, your question. What specifically happened to Jabba's last interpreter as told to C-3PO?
Hey. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. David.
He was disintegrated.
And Joe.
Disintegrated.
Disintegrated is correct. All right, what's next?
Your next question will come from the
That was
From-
very.
from the film The World Is Not Enough.
Okay.
All right. Gentlemen, your question in The World Is Not Enough. What is the name of the man that Bond impersonates when he meets Christmas? We need first and last name. This was my contribution to this match, even though I wrote it for a different match.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you had to name your child Christmas, how would that go?
Not well. Not well.
Think of all the bad puns men would be making about her in the team.
1, pens down. Joe, let's go to you.
Mikhail Arkov.
And David.
Mikhail Arkov.
Both are correct. All right. 2 more spins. Nick, what's the next one?
Your fourth question will come from the film. What do you know? It's Return of the Jedi.
We also have the score at 29-21. Is that what you have?
That's what I have.
Okay. So what's the question, Nick?
All right. Your question from Return of the Jedi. What does Vader specifically say to Luke that makes him rush Vader during their battle?
This movie good.
Spawned a whole bunch of nonsense. I'll tell you that much.
That's true. Like the Caravan of Courage.
Like 90% nonsense, if we're being honest. Like everything that came after this film.
I mean, if we're being honest, everything before this film is nonsense too. I just love it. It's so dumb. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to David.
If he doesn't turn to the dark side, maybe Leia will.
And Joe.
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will. Brackets Leia under the sheet.
That is correct. 2 points apiece. All right. 1 more spin.
I'm not getting knocked out. Woo-hoo.
Your final question will come from the film. Muppet Treasure Island.
You got to give it a send-off.
4 different movies.
All right. What's that?
4 different movies. It's not bad.
Yeah. All right. Your question. When it has been 6 weeks since the Hispaniola had left England, how long had it been since it had a breeze? I thought that was going to be a sneeze. You surprised me with a cough.
Nah, I think there's mold in the house somewhere.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joe.
5 days.
And David.
5 days.
That is correct. So clean sweeps across the board. And it is now David with 25 to Joe's 33. So we're going to get into the final round. Nick, how's it going to work?
Final round is going to work like this. It is the betting round. The normal round 3 is now round 5. You'll have 5 more questions in the realm of fandom fights. Once the players hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get to round number 5?
No, we good.
All right. Good, Tim.
First category you can bet points on is DC. And how many? Let's get that started with David.
2.
And Joe.
2.
All right, your question in DC. What is the name of the incredibly powerful artifact that Kara initially goes to Earth to retrieve in Supergirl? Nick, I believe you once played David in a league that no longer exists, and you watched this movie 3 times in one day because of it.
Wait, really? I watched it once, and thank you.
No, I didn't.
I thought you watched it like 3 times.
No, God, no.
You just took incredibly.
I might have just said that to like play mental games to get like maybe David to like pick it so I wouldn't answer.
Hands down. Let's go to David.
I think that's the only time I have seen it. Omega Hedron.
And Joe.
Omega Hedron.
That is correct for 2 points apiece. So 35 to 27. What's the next category, Nick?
Your next category is Disney live action.
All right, let's get back starting with Joe.
1.
And David.
2.
Okay. This could be interesting. Let's see what happens. Nick, what's the question?
Question is, which Disney live action film features the characters King Leonidas, Paul Rollins, and Rowan Jelk?
So I believe Nick.
The only way we keep going, Tim, is if David hits while Joe misses.
Correct. That's what I was going to say.
I just figured you were going to take a very long time to say it. So.
Probably. I was going to explain it to the audience out there.
Now we have a good 7 seconds to talk about whatever we want.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question. That was mine.
I heard David first.
It's mine.
Okay, sure.
I'm mad.
The question again: which Disney live-action film features the characters King Leonidas, Paul Rollins, and Rowan Jelk? I was gonna say I thought I heard Joe first, but then I realized I didn't actually know.
I said like repeat really quick, and then Joe said it like the whole thing.
Yeah,
fair.
David went like that and said, and then Joe like got out there.
It happens.
5, 4, 3.
This one will be mine. Repeat the question.
All right. 1 second repeat.
Question again. Which Disney live-action film features the characters King Leonidas, Paul Rollins, and Rowan Jelk? You want to sing
Son of
a song
No.
right now?
Yeah.
Why not? Whatever we want.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to David
Bedknobs and broomsticks?
and Joe.
Shouldn't have taken me so long. Bedknobs.
Fuck you.
And your winner and still Fandom Fights singles champion, Joe Farrelly. Bedknobs and broomsticks was the correct answer. So final score of 36-29. Nick, really good match. I think, rounds 1 and 2 kind of got to David a little bit. He underperformed than what he normally does, but he came to play in rounds 3 and 4 and 5, honestly. And just the point deficit at that point couldn't be made up. But it was behind the scenes. We're going to cut that part out, but it was interesting. We were sitting here like, what's Joe going to do on this one? And had he bet 0, we'd be moving on to the next category. Who knows what could have happened then, but he took the risk, paid off for him, used the repeats, and here we are.
And what a way to shoot Disney live action in the head. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, Nick, let's get into post-match interviews as Bucky has rejoined us, and he's going to be loud. So let's get into post-match interviews. We'll start with David.
David, listen, perhaps it was a side effect of your first singles title match, but all of the rounds that are usually not in the regular matches, you went perfect in. After round 2, you didn't miss a question. I think it was the fact that you didn't quite get your footing in round 1 and 2 that allowed Joe to have such a lead, where you yourself at one point thought you might get knocked out, but it was your performance in rounds 3, 4, and 5 that kept you in it as long as you did. I think you showed that you can hang with Joe, maybe just wasn't your best day. And perhaps this won't be the last time you try. So how are you feeling about the match and your performance overall?
Actually, I don't feel as bad as I could have felt, especially after those last rounds. I don't know. I mean, round 1 wasn't that awful. I was only 3 points behind, which kind of shows that round 1 was hard. There were a couple like Abigor instead of Erigor. Erigor is somebody from somewhere else. I don't remember who. And then I did the exact same thing that I did in a title match against Joe. That I was like, Secret, he did. Wait, what did I say the last time? Did I say Secret? Did I say he did? And I just made the exact same mistake. So those two were dumb. Pixar, not my strongest. So Joe got DC. I would have done better than him, honestly. So, but yeah, it's just the wheel didn't help me. It helped Joe. And then I prepped a lot of data for the filmography, which was the round that scared me shitless. And it worked. And then Deep Cuts. So yeah, I'm happy with how I performed. And honestly, I think, yeah, I'm happy. And I think next time I'm here, because I will be here again, I will do better. So
great. Well, sounds good, David. I think you did a great job, not only playing in this match today, but also getting here. Was definitely very impressive to watch. And I think you put yourself on a new level to where I think we will see you again here. yeah, should be a good fight then as well as it was today. So good job, David. We'll see you next time as we bring in Joe. Still champion. Haven't lost all year. Congratulations on that accomplishment, man, because that's a killer one. I know the feeling you must be feeling in that it is probably bittersweet in being the person you had to beat to do it. But you sorry, Tim. But you still did it, and in a pretty dominating fashion. As I said, it took David a second to sort of get his footing, and it's the fact that you've played in so many of these now that you were able to outpace him in rounds 1 and 2, which won you the match at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is bittersweet. David is probably the only other person really in this league that I actively root for to win titles, and obviously being my teammate, we work a lot together, and I think that's maybe the difference here is that for this, we didn't really work together. All right, we pretty much decided what the deep cuts were going to be well before we even got to the thing, but working with him throughout has always been fantastic. And yeah, the only reason I bet one was just to sort of show the people watching that, look, I'm going to bet in Disney live action, even though it's going, just to show, this is what I'm doing. It wasn't to try and beat David early. So I wanted him to go. I kind of wanted this to go to sudden death because that would have been really fun. I'm sure Tim, you and Nick probably didn't want that, but but no, David has been phenomenal this year. He really has, especially the second half of the year. What he's done, not just in singles, but also the way he's been playing in the teams tournament throughout, has been really, really impressive. And I was really nervous coming into this today, but because it's against David, when I get into the match, it did make me feel a little bit more relaxed. Maybe why it took me a while to hit ones like Joker and miss, John Renault. But sometimes the deficit gives you that opportunity. Your mind sometimes wanders and goes, I can afford this, maybe. But yeah, it was good. And I was glad that not only did I get to give Muppets Treasure Island a send-off, we also got 2 Return of the Jedis, and that makes me happy.
Very fair. Joe, you've done a great job this year. You've beaten the likes of Scully's, of Brittany's, Albert's, and now David, who I assume you'll be coming back next year, unless you've been hiding a secret from us that we would be very angry at you for not telling us about. But I assume you'll be coming back next year. When you do, who that you have not faced yet, or that you have not faced in a title match yet, do you want to see try coming for your belt?
Well, yes, I will be coming back next year. At least for next year. Looking at the players out there, it's tough because obviously there's been Albert, there's been Scully, Dave and Brittany, and these are all the sort of players that are like, damn. So I guess the ones I'll probably have to put in there, it's going to have to be the guys that stole our belts. It's going to have to be Robert or Jake. I'd love to see them in a title match. I've played Robert in Geek title match before, played Jake in a 3-round match in Fandom before. So I think either of them would be very interesting. And actually, there is one other person, someone who I really do have a lot of respect for in this league, in this division, in this community, and that is probably the best all-round movie trivia player there is, and that's Caleb Boatman. That would be impressive. I would really enjoy that.
All right, man. Sounds fun. Sounds like a good time. Joe, again, congratulations on your incredible accomplishments this year, capping it off with this last title defense. And we will see you in 2023. Holy shit. Tim, put a bow on it.
2023. What a time it'll be. Feels like just yesterday. It was 2018, and I was asked to play in this, and I said, ew, that sounds nerdy. But here I am. And oof. Well, this is going to be great. This was great. Thank you to David and Joe for putting up a great match. Thank you to Nick for writing this match. Continue to watch the final act. I don't know where this is going to lie in the video, but we got some Fanzone debate title matches. We got the Fandom matches and the Warzone and something else fun, which I don't know what it is, but we got something. So we'll see you guys real soon with whatever's next and into 2023 for more Fandom singles. Thank you for watching. Bye.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.
But again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
kid he has to go.